So Flavourful Science is a nonprofit organization that I created. I created it in the setting of Surrey, which is where I grew up. And pretty much what it is it's a food science camp where I create different types of workshops and activities where youth get to do hands-on activities where they cook and then learn the science behind what they're doing. And I think it's a really great medium for people to start to explore the sciences with, because food is something that I think everyone loves and something that people can connect over. So I think that I got a lot of engagement through that. And because I did it first in collaboration with Superchefs, which was another nonprofit organization in Surrey teaching kids how to cook, a lot of their youth were those who were marginalized in the community and those who are actually minorities in STEM. So it was perfect for me to start there. I started this right after my first year of university, so I think that made me 19. And yeah, so the way that it started was that I essentially just applied to an NSERC grant. I got it, and then I realized I had to follow through on my commitment, and all the pieces came together there. And yeah, my biggest learning piece from Flavourful Science was the importance of really planning ahead. And really trying to map out every single component you'd have to think of beforehand. Because for me, the biggest thing for me was that after I applied for the grant and I got it, then I realized I had to scramble to put all this stuff together within a few months. And it was so many different aspects that I didn't really think existed. I didn't really do my research properly. So it was this big ordeal to kind of branch out to all the different things I didn't think about, like the legal aspects, trying to get different volunteers, trying to train volunteers, like where I'm going to get the space and all those different things. I had to work really hard in the first few months before it launched. So even though like the first few months was a bit hectic, eventually everything started to kind of iron out and things started to fall into place. And then before the programs got off the ground, everything kind of fell into place, and it was nice that way. But I think that if I had done a little bit more planning before I applied to funding, then things would have gone a bit smoother at the beginning. But eventually it turned out really great, and a lot of kids really benefited from it, and it's been reaching like thousands of youth since I started it, so I'm really happy about that. I think the most important thing for starting your own program is to just do it. Like, it's really easy to get bogged down in all the details. It's really easy to kind of second guess yourself and maybe think that you can't do it. But if you commit and you just keep like working towards what you want to do, I think that eventually the will kind of rise up top, and you'll get it done, and things will work out properly. When I was in high school, a lot of my friends actually did similar initiatives, and they've only grown since then. Of course, there is experience that you get as you get older, but these things can be learned at any age, and I think that it's important to start learning them as young as possible, because they're lifelong skills that I think can be like applicable to a variety of different situations, not only just starting a program. So I'd encourage anyone to start whenever they want to. Yeah, I think that the biggest role I played as a mentor during starting Flavourful Science was to my volunteers. I learned a lot of lessons from the first few months of me putting together Flavourful Science that I thought I could kind of translate to them. And there was a lot of different aspects that I didn't really understand, and there weren't too many resources actually to kind of iron out the details. So I'd have to go to other mentors actually to get all these details out. And I think that because there is no real like comprehensive resource that I kind of looked at, I think it was important for the volunteers that I had for me to kind of condense all the different possible things and knowledge down for them, so that they can kind of have a holistic understanding without going through all the hectic, crazy components of starting up from the ground.